Okay. Got a bit of a story in a moment when it actually acknowledges that I'm live again. But for now, let's start working towards something, shall we? She got me an egg. Thank you, Penny. I need eggs in my life. Gotta have those eggs. Hey, Blade Taval. Oh. Good morning, Lore. I hope it's not too early. I just want to stop by and thank you in person for all the wonderful artifacts and minerals you discovered. You've done so much for one person. In fact, I've just received a letter from the Office of the Regional Secretary of Artifacts. We're being honored with the coveted Golden Shovel Award for our significant contributions to the field. It's all thanks to you. Well, I'll just let you get back to your work. Thanks, Gunther. Oh, almost forgot. I have a gift for you. It's an old key that's been sealed in the museum vault for at least 100 years. It's a little rusty, but it's beautiful. Thanks. Again. Hey, Valerian. You're doing as well as you can be. Okay. This is it. We don't have... Did I not... Oh my gosh, I forgot to put horn in. It's okay. I have ways of making lots of corn here. A 3-day weekend? What the heck is that? Hey, Nexus of Concordia. Merry, Grimbotamus. Happy holidays. I don't know why we were planting sunflowers. Hey, Alex. You missed some excitement earlier. How's work treating you? Hey, Noob Sauce. Lunch was actually really good. Nothing fancy. I usually don't have fancy lunches because I don't have a lot of time during my lunch breaks. But I went ahead and got some rice. Laid out a chunk of chicken that I cooked yesterday on top of it. And just added some Worcester sauce. And that's it. Like I said, nothing fancy. Hey, Dusty Drongo. Happy holidays. I do hope you're staying warm. Oh my goodness. Oh, it was super tasty. It's just nothing fancy, like I said. There's nothing wrong with that, though. I've talked about that a lot. A lot of people tend to get banged up about, you know, it has to be super fancy. You know, if it's not, is there something embarrassing about eating a basic dish? Nah. There's nothing wrong with that. But even having said that, I have to catch myself on that periodically. I don't know what she wanted with the sunflowers, so I'm gonna put the sunflowers in my niece's chest right here. There we go. I did get the sewer key. Just got it. So we can start Operation Terraform. I suppose that's true. I could pick them and replant. Hey, Eatry. Merry holidays. Whoop! No, do not eat. No eat. No eat. Alright. Replant those. Scratch my eyelid. So, want to hear something funny? So, I'm an idiot, right? For the last, I don't know, couple of days, 3 or 4 days, something like that, I have been thinking about going ahead and getting rid of the follower-only moment that we've had for a long time on the show. Now, we originally put it there for good reason. It's because the era of the bots was bad, right? Like, we kept getting spammed with bots, and it was terrible. And that sucked. But not only have the bots kind of died down, but they're also, ironically, getting more clever. So they're bypassing the whole follower-only mode thing. So I've been thinking, pretty much for this past week, maybe we should just go ahead and get rid of follower-only mode. Now, that's already me being stupid, but hang on. It gets stupider. When I got raided earlier by a large number of people, it didn't even occur to me for a second that I should probably turn off follower-only mode while being raided by a bunch of people who obviously are just showing up to say hi. Because I'm stupid. Didn't even occur to me. Didn't even occur to me. I'm doing the lunch break, munching down, getting some paperwork done, and it's like, oh yeah, I could have... Huh. Whoops. This does not sit on my head well. Maybe I put it forwards. Like that. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little better. So to the 3 people who stuck around after that raid, I apologize for not thinking about that. It's too late now. It's done and gone. Had the one chance and blow it. But yes, I hit a new record for consecutive viewers earlier. By a little bit. Okay, so I've actually never been in the sewers before. This will be new for me. It looks very green. The Statue of Uncertainty. No, I'm good, thanks. Well, there's Krobus. Speaking of which, have a void mayonnaise. I'm Krobus, merchant of rare and exotic goods. But the sewers are flowing nicely today. It'll get nice and humid in here, just like I like it. Void mayonnaise? This is an amazing gift. For my people, it is a great honor to receive something like this. You are most welcome, Krobus. What do you got for me today? A star drop. But what I really, really want, the actual thing I've been waiting for this whole time, is that recipe right there. Wow, that is 2 million gold. Holy crap. Good morning? Afternoon? You're east to me, so it should be night for you, Giga Pudding. Good evening, Giga Pudding. Merry Christmas Eve. I do hope you're keeping warm and keeping safe. Good, afternoon, Evo? I'm trying to keep track here. Whatever, let's buy the star drop. So now we can finally start decorating, which is going to be like my next big thing. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm probably the weirdo. I love playing board games with family and friends. Just, you know, hanging out, chilling. Even if it's something relatively simple, like Ticket to Ride. Yeah, I saw Russ. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge out loud. Thank you for the tip, Russ. Boiled wine? Is that a thing? I know there's, like, hot wine, which I guess is probably the same thing. Yeah. Where are we at on... I never actually finished foraging. I should probably do that at some point. Mulled wine? Is that what that is? Hey, Zion Druid. Merry Christmas Eve. I do hope you're doing well. Hey, Maverick. Okay, mulled wine it is. Got it. I should probably start making more mayonnaise happen. I need more people to like me. As is, we've got a vehicle for that. I mean, now that I'm recovered a little bit from the shock of someone as awesome as Ko raiding me. I want to know who did it. Whoever suggested to him to raid me, of all people. This dinky little speck on the internet. I owe that person dinner. Yeah. That is a thing. Wow, I need a lot of mayonnaise. I should probably make some more mayonnaise things too, but let's decor first. Decor. So I need... What do I need? Yes, Ko Carnage. Yes, that Ko. raided me earlier, and like I said, I'm still recovering. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I'm just kind of like, oh my god. Reeling, if you will. I was just gonna have a nice, quiet, I'm just gonna chill here. It's Christmas Eve. Chill game. Chill stream. Where's my donations? There they are. Hey, Dr. Winter. Merry Christmas, Dr. Winter. Thank you always for the donation. I will jot that down for the BRPG block. You got it. That's what I'm looking for. There's a lot of really big blocks I'm looking forward to the coming year. Okay, so let's grab all of the... Yeah, I said earlier, and I meant it, I'm turning a lot of that money right around to taking care of my family, which is funny, because nobody knows this. I feel safe saying this now that people have given me money, because it's not begging at this point. I actually just had to pay a bunch of bills for my family, of the unexpected variety. You know the type, right? Like, oh, hey, by the way, you're overdue on this, and it's due immediately. We're going to start tacking fees on. That kind of crap. Now, I had the money. I was in a good enough position to be able to take care of that, but... all those subs have basically just paid for everything I just talked about. So, good timing. Like I said, it's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting week. Ooh, I like the look of that. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? For the crystal pathing here. Uh-oh. I also just got a sub from Nadaz. But first I have to move the music thing. I gotta put it back. Oh, I'll put it in my niece's room. She'll get a kick out of that. One right here. So only 3 of the people who subbed wanted to put it towards something. At least as far as people have told me so far. Speaking of which, thank you, Nadaz. Always. It's fine, Alex. It's fine. I'll put that towards City Skylines. There's a game I'm looking forward to playing. Especially since... isn't it still getting DLC? Like, I haven't played the game in years. I think it's still getting updates. Let's see. I envisioned this forever ago. Let's see if it actually looks even close to what I wanted it to look like. Hang on. Curious. I'll think about it. Hey, Mr. Red. Yeah, you missed a little bit of a hubbub earlier. Oh, okay. Sis just got back to me. She's not actually even home right now. She had to go out and deal with some stuff. But she will be home, so she will be back later for those of you who missed my beloved sister. Merry Christmas Eve, Nadaz. Always appreciate you. I will not say Merry Christmas Eve to Mr. Red. He doesn't deserve Christmas Eve. That man, whoa. He knows what he did. I'm looking forward to Shadows over Loathing. There's a lot of good games. It's always funny. People are like, hey, what kind of good games are you looking forward to? And I always blank out on the spot. Like when you put me on the seat, I always blank out a little bit. But there's actually a lot of games, either for stream or upcoming, that I'm looking forward to. I mean, hell, I'm really excited about the Subnautica mini block we're doing soonish. Hey, Evo, I trust your visual sense. Do you think this should be a too wide path? Or do you think we should give up on Crystal for the pathing? Because another thing we could do... I know, right, Alex? Like, we all get a little doom and gloom, and it's understandable because there's a lot of dreck in gaming, right? But it's worth remembering that there's still a lot of awesome stuff. I don't think twice as thick will even fit necessarily. Hang on, I'm trying to see what it looks like here. There's actually a third tile I was going to use, too. Really keep the visual distinction thing going. Oh my gosh. Fat head. There we go. Alright. You know what I should do? I should just be a Santa cowboy. Hang on. So we'll get this going on. Hold up, hold up. And then... what do you think? Hi, my name's the Lore Runner. I'm a loser. Those of you who don't know me, I'm a Dorcas. I don't think I like that. 11 Yeah, the shading on the lines makes it look like a gutter, I agree, which isn't really what I was going for. I do like it when it's got the tiling effect, when it's more than one tile wide. Well, take my advice, Gum Gum. Don't try to push yourself too hard. And you're going to be thinking, no, I'm going to take it easy. No, trust me. Trust me. When you actually get there with the weights and the system and all the other people who all look like they're in better shape than you, there's like that little bit of like not cultural, like shame, you know? And you think, I've got to really push myself. All that's going to do is hurt you. Take it easy. Wean yourself into it. Don't overstress. Your joints is a big thing, too. Don't overstress your joints. You want to ease into it and build yourself up to what you can do. You also want to figure out which muscles are good for you, because not everyone should stress the same muscle groups. Yeah, also don't go to Planet Fitness while we're on the subject. I've seen a couple of good Planet Fitnesses, like literally 2. Do I think Scrooge McDuck enjoys Christmas? Of course he does. Do I think the actual Scrooge enjoys Christmas? No. I think the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come is nice to people who aren't as bad as Scrooge. Yes. He sings a song, which I'm not going to sing out loud because I don't want to kill everyone's ears. Hang on, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's hit the next day. Say goodnight to Penny. Goodnight, Penny. Also, just to say this out loud, we're totally cool with lurkers, but you don't have to feel embarrassed or anxious or anything like that about chatting. We're pretty chill around here. I try to keep up with chat. Don't always succeed, but I do try to keep up with it. See you around, Mr. Ed. Have a good one. Oh no, it's fine, Baja the Master. By the way, I love the name. What the current streaming schedule I have is actually me having pulled back on my streaming schedule. I used to stream 6 days a week, 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. I have since pulled back to 5 days a week and 8 hours a day. Much more manageable. Listen, Noctis. I think Noctis is making fun of me, everybody. I don't know, it's a vibe I'm getting. Yeah, that's not even counting the off-camera stuff, because I don't have a team, so... all the other stuff was all on me. Hey, Morganite. Where's my pig? Oh, there it is. There's Justin. Okay. Alright, so here's what it looks like in daytime. Doesn't look as good as I was hoping. Merry Christmas, Morganite. Happy holidays. Let's try something. Let's poke at this a little bit, shall we? Let's just see what a double looks like. I'm kind of gonna redo everything anyways. I need to start actually just undoing this entire pathway here. But let's see what this looks like. I don't like that. I've spent all this time. I have spent all this time, days, real life days, trying to get to the point where I could have this exact tiling. I don't like it in action. Isn't that just always the way? That's so true with so many building games I've played. Alright, let's tear all this up. Let's tear all this up. I do actually have a plan B. And just, yikes. The other one I was going to go with for that is not here. I'm not sure where to get it. Oh yeah, and MMO mounts. Oh god. So there's this one MMO mount I got. And it looks great from the side. But I don't play with my camera to the side. I play with the camera behind me, like everybody else in the universe. So, it looks terrible from behind. And I was just like, oh, that sucks. In fact, actually, I can think of both a mount in FF14 and a mount in WoW that both follow that. It's the Golden Serpent Drake from Cataclysm in WoW, and the first Magitech armor, the Amano Magitech armor in Final Fantasy XIV. Honestly, kinda, yeah, cardboard. It's gonna take me, like, all day to knock all this out. Then I'm gonna have to do some Googling to figure out where the pathways I was thinking about are. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Actually, you know what? We had that in Tor, too. Bragwin! Oh my god, Bragwin. What are you doing to me? Well, no, this is going to be difficult to bow with both hats here, but I'm going to make it happen. Hang on. Let's see if I can do it without balancing it, okay? Hang on, I'll wait till the notifications go away. Hey, Carwelos. What's going on? Oh, I think they're all gone. Okay. Thank you, Bragwin. Ah! That's... Always appreciate the subs, Bragwin. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Appreciate you. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, we gotta get the angle. Gotta get the angle. There we go. Perfect. And that's all going towards Undertale. You got it. Done. Okay. I'm still digging up tile. While we're here, don't I have the other... No, I don't. I don't have the recipe. No, the best part, I just blew, like, all my quartz and all this crystal floor. I can't reclaim this, can I? Like, there's no way to turn this back into quartz, is there? Guess we'll find out. Where's the recycler? There it is. Nope. How about here? Nope. How about here? Nope. Yeah, I think I'm just stuck with these. Well, that means I need a new source of quartz. Oh god, I don't... Does anybody sell quartz? Oh no, it's too late. I did it the previous day. I guess we could Google that. Sure, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Ah, that's tickling. That's tickling. Oh, that's tickling worse. There we go. That's acceptable. We'll live with that. Okay, so hang on. Is there a source of quartz? What do we got? What do we got? That doesn't involve mining. Nope. What, this one? Oh, I mean, I guess this is the solar system, so that makes sense. That's a lot of space to cover, Gummo. Just do what Star Trek Deep Space Nine did and just somehow magically mine the entire system. Somehow. Oh, hang on. Hey! The Crystallarium can make quartz. I just need a quartz. Unfortunately, I don't appear to have a quartz. Can it make refined? Nope. So, sorry. By the way, as a reminder, we do have the question bot up, Carwelas, but biggest, this mount has no right to be cool mount in Tor. Oh, you can use red quartz? That takes a bit longer. It takes triple the time, actually. Okay, hang on. So, just gonna leave this in progress. Coolest mount. There's no right to be that cool in Tor. Honestly, probably one of the skiffs, I would say. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hit. Okay, there we go. I can get north. I can get north. Over here. Water the cat. Sorry, Narset. I'm afraid you're gonna have to stop watching me. I've gone too mainstream. I've lost touch with my roots. And today's stream is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. And that's why I use NordVPN. I don't know what else. What are the other popular ones right now? I don't have that recipe. What do you know? I don't have a lot of no wonder I don't have any of these recipes. Okay, there we go. Manscaped, there you go. Do you need to try and... Oh yeah, establish scams. Gee, that hit Lore Reloaded just a couple weeks ago. And, yeah. 150 hardwood for that. And yeah, she doesn't tell you that. Meh. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, I hear about Audible. What's the Raycons? That's it. Raycons earbuds. That's one I hear every now and again. No, pun intended. Did he go for it? So yes. It's actually more complicated than that. What happened was he got the offer, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go for it." And then he did the initial spot, because usually those kind of sponsors ask for multiple spots. And he was like, "Oh, these people suck." So he's like, "All right, so yeah, sorry everyone, I'm gonna pull back on this." And the company, Established Titles, said, "Oh yeah, so we're pulling all of your support, and we're not going to pay you a dime." And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Lore coins. Yeah, so I want you all to get into my new cryptocurrency. It's backed by real, God, I don't know. Real stupidity. Alright, so let's do one of these, just so I can see what it looks like really quick. There, just the one. Oh, wow, I can barely tell the difference there. Look at that. Look at that. I have to make a crypto coin? Well, first of all, I let them shoot me rather than make a crypto coin. But I get what you're asking me. We have to name a crypto coin. So everyone, we got to come up with a name for a terrible, terrible crypto coin. Awful names only. What do you got? What do you got? Whoops. Well, I didn't need that lamppost anyways, apparently. Roans? The loin. Oh my god, Mike Tomato. Whoops. Just breaking everything today. Furt bits. Oh my god. Oh my god, Evo. That's right, every one of our furt bits are backed by 15 furts per bit. I should explain that for anybody who doesn't know what a furt is. So, one time we were playing Dragon Age Inquisition. This was quite a long time ago. And chat kept insisting that I would flirt with... Oh god, what's her name? The scout. The Dwarven Scout. I can't think of her name all of a sudden. Harding, thank you. And obviously the game doesn't actually let you romance Harding. But this is a little distracting. But, every time it was like, flirt! Flirt! And it got so ridiculous that the word started to, like, blur a little bit. Hence, nowadays, instead of flirting, we furt. F-U-R-T. As with all memes, it has a dumb and terrible story behind it, but what do you want from me? Yeah, who knows? They might actually have Scout Harding be in the new Dragon Age game. Whoops. Hey, Unicorn Scotch. Merry Christmas. Whoops. I do hope you're keeping bundled. Like, what is the temperature here right now? It is a little cold. Hang on. It is 36 degrees right now. Yep. Treasurable, unique lore, imaginary positions. I love it, Valerian. Hey, Larian. Quick, Larian, putting you on the spot. You have to come up with a terrible name for a Bitcoin, for a cryptocurrency. What do you go for? Okay, so those don't look good, and those look kind of bad. Maybe... It is a little cold in several places. Dr. Winter, could you pull back a little bit on winter? It's starting to get a bit much, you know. I don't want to sound ungrateful. You know, we need the winter. It doesn't have to be an acronym, Gigababy. You could just make a name. Valerian was just being fancy. Oh, we are out of energy. Oh my god, Alex. Meanwhile, Alex is just being South Parky over there. Screw it. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see if I can squeeze out a little bit more activity tonight. I have a lot of terraforming to do. A lot of decoration. I have to pull up basically everything. I could do that. That's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, you know it would, Alex. Of course it would, right? I don't think I'm gonna get any. It's fine, Nexus of Concordia. It's fine. I'll make it. I'll make it. We got this. Super intense music. Where's that one song? I died. I can't even find it right now. there's that one song. Why can't I find it? There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, so, very intense. Okay, we're running the clock now. Ooh, good luck, Larian. Good Joza is awesome. I actually did play one of the guild games on camera, even, Dr. Winter. It was very... So it wasn't my thing. I'm going to go ahead and start with that. But it was mostly because the game itself was very clunky in terms of its interface. And you know me, I'm really big on interface design. But I liked the core idea of the game a lot. Like, I really wanted to sink my teeth into it, I just couldn't. Okay, it was all worth it. We're going to get like 10 more seconds of production time, but that's better than 0. Look at all this productivity we're getting in here. Look at it. Is the Guild 3 out? I thought it was still in early access. We probably could have pushed that further, but whatever. Okay. We made it. Woo! Bugs. Bad luck today. Back to terraforming. Everything else doesn't matter. Just terraforming. Let's see a little bit of what this looks like in action, shall we? Dumb coins. It's even better because it just sounds perfect said out loud. I mean, admittedly, Alex probably wins this one, let's just be honest. That's freeze time a little bit, so while I'm just staring at the image, debating if I like the aesthetics of it or not. Yeah, Litecoin's a thing. Which I do not recommend, consequently. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. Hang on. We're still emptying our inventory a little bit. Let's progress in that, shall we? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone also took lit, but... Shrug. Let's turn these in really quick, just to see if we get lucky. Because there's another process I want to get started on, but I kind of can't until I get some ancient seeds. Litecoins. They're actually made of chocolate. You get, those chocolate coins you get? That might be new. It is new. Hey! The best thing about those chocolate coins is that they suck. They used the really bad chocolate for those. Which I will, not share out loud the term I usually hear said for that. What is the... Yeah, exactly, Nexus of Concordia. It's just, ooh. Yeah, exactly, Waltz Queen. It's just, God, why even bother at that point? I know they're cheap. But, no thank you. Granted, I'm kind of a dark chocolate person in general, but still. Hey, Lola Bloss. Merry Christmas. Okay, so... that didn't work out. That's not going to work out. We do have the brick, which requires clay. Ooh. Oh, those truffles. Ever since I first discovered those truffles, I've made it my life mission to make sure as many people try out those things as possible. Those are expensive. So we could do that as the surrounding. But then do I want to do that? Hang on. I prefer chocolate when mixed with things that are not nuts. Gum gum. Personally. No, they are actually... they are chocolate truffles, Evo. I don't know. Like, there's the wood path, but trust me, I've seen what that looks like. That looks kind of bad. I kind of like the brick flooring. Hang on, I've actually got some pictures up here because I was looking at some options. What do we got? What do we got? So the stone floor actually looks pretty good, despite looking basic there. Question is, which one do I want to be the inside and which one do I want to be the outside? This is the real Stardew Valley right here. Yeah, no, I've got the farm, I've got my wife, I've got everything, partners set up, and everyone's happy. Now I gotta actually make my farm look cool. Isn't that true in so many different games? Alright, I've beaten the last boss. Now to make my armor look awesome. I mean, I love Stardew Valley, so I'm down with it. The score up here, I guess most of you don't know what this means. The score up here is currently and up to date. With all the pluses I've given so far. Yeah, exactly, Noctis. The hierarchy of video game needs. First, you have to understand how to play the game. Then you have to figure out how to progress through the game. Then you have to figure out how to master the game. Then you need to look cool. I'm just gonna have to do tests. Okay, so let's clean out our inventory a little bit. A little bit more, I should say. I mean, I like to look as awesome as I can as early as possible. The reasoning I usually have is I want to look cool in the cutscenes, right? Not after I no longer have any cutscenes. That. Oh, no, actually, bring that back. No, it really doesn't, Gum Gum, which is probably funny when you think about it. And of course, there's a lot of different definitions of looking cool, too, which is kind of the benefit of a good cosmetic system in a game. Because then you could look ridiculous or silly, or you could have a pig hat. Not that I'm thinking of any particular person in chat right now when I think about that. Let's see what else. So Let's just dump a bunch of stuff here so I can really focus on this. I mean, could you imagine following a streamer around while they're playing an MMO in a giant pig outfit all the time? All right. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here because I don't actually need any of this right now. Oh, I should actually keep the void mayonnaise. That's Tuesday. I need to remember that. Okay. I know, right? Giga Pudding. That person just... They've got issues, clearly. Awesome, awesome issues. And they're a great voice actress, too. That's the best part. And they should do more voice acting for me in the future. Hint, hint. No. Gum gum. Ooh, truffle. Truffle. You have a mic, Giga Pudding. Or do you mean a better mic? In which case, never mind. Okay, so this sucks. I think we're just gonna temporarily give up on the crystal paneling. That's just awful. Yeah, we already had the delightfully dancing Twi'lek. With her fantastically huge gun. That's not a euphemism. She just had a huge gun. That was literally larger than she was. Okay. So let's make a couple of things here, and let's try out a few things. Oh, that should be reversed. That should be reversed. Sure, I could talk about Revenge of the Sith for 5 minutes. Evil is a point of view, Anakin. Some people would look at Phantom Menace and say that is evil. But then some people look at the great glory that is the Revenge of the Sith, and the memes it has spawned. Behold, when one gazes back at the historical convex of all Star Wars, one will know that Revenge of the Sith is the true Lord of the memes. And anyone who dares to question this in any other direction knows there is no other possible choice. You must have more than the narrow, dogmatic view of the Phantom Menace. One must embrace all aspects of Star Wars. And its wonderful memes. I don't think I like that either. Shoot, I'm out of material. Let's see. Hang on, let me get that up there so I can kind of see what I'm looking at. There we go. Hey, Nemesis. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. Let's see, what else can I talk about with regards to Revenge of the Sith? Okay, hang on. You want a big controversial beat, right? Like, that's what you're always after, Sluggeretta? I think... Wait for it. That Episode 3 is a better movie than Episode 4. I know, it's such a hot take, I've only said it like 50 times before. But I'm trying to lose as many viewers as possible. I'm just trying to hemorrhage viewers right now. Thank you, Nadaz. Always. Always appreciate. Thank you. And I'll put that to our city skylines again. Much appreciate. I suppose if I'm being 100% honest, that's not actually a true statement. I would be more accurate to say that Episode 3 is a more enjoyable film than Episode 4. Episode 4 is a very basic film, but it's very tightly constructed. It doesn't have a lot of flaws, few negatives, to use my own terminology. Episode 3 has a lot more negatives. There are scenes that are just bonkers and stupid, badly acted, badly presented, badly scripted, badly storyboarded, and badly story sequenced. But Episode 3's highs are really legitimately awesome for me. I actually really dig Episode 3's high points, right? When it peaks. So let's test something. Let's just see what a triple looks like. And what's a triple look like? I mean, yeah, Halo is a good example of that. Excuse me. Halo 1 is a very simple game, but it doesn't have a lot of flaws, really. It has a few. One frickin' mission. You know the one. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's start tearing stuff down. Let's do it. Let's commit. Let's commit. Why didn't Anakin tend to Obi-Wan right after Dooku was disarmed? I gotta play through that scene to get in my head. Like, he kind of did Sluggeretta. Like, he killed Dooku, then he got Palpatine out, and then he went to take care of Obi-Wan. Like, that's kind of immediate. I mean, it's not literally immediate, but it's 2 steps away from immediate. What movie would be best served with a proper remake? Ooh. That's a tough one. Obviously I'm biased because there is the Rewrite Project, which is effectively what you're talking about. But I will ignore those for the moment and instead try to focus on something that I do not actually plan to do a rewrite of. So... Okay, I'm going to share this because this is an idea that was introduced to me that hasn't left my lines since. My lines? My mind since. And that idea is, imagine the Disney Renaissance films being remade, but instead of the live-action thing they've been doing the last few years, Muppets. Fully in Muppet style. Just doing a Muppet take on Lion King and Little Mermaid and all that stuff. I unironically want that now. And everybody I've introduced that to has been like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. And we'll never get it. Thank you, silly idea. Always appreciate the sub. Merry Christmas. I have put that towards Off Mortis Ghost. Whoops. Off was grandfathered in Nexus of Concordia, so it predates that. Yeah, Muppet and Beauty and the Beast. And yeah, he's the only human. Because, you know, they usually have human actors in Muppets things. Okay, so I want that for there. It's not actually a new rule. In fact, it's actually a pretty old rule at this point, Cylandia. But the Off Mortis Ghost thing was added quite a while ago. In fact, I can tell you the exact number if you give me a second. It's 433 days ago is when you added that to the list. See, now I need a third tile. I thought I had a third tile with the crystal tile, and then the crystal tile sucked. No, it's fine. It's in. Silly idea. I'm not going to ask you to axe it. I'm not going to axe it. I have 200 of that worthless tile. I could probably figure out trimmed bushes. I don't know how to make trimmed bushes at the moment, though. I mean, it'll probably take a couple years. I'm not going to lie to you, silly idea. I'm not a good liar, anyways. For the walking path? Yes, Evo. For the other thing, I'll probably go with the other one. I'm also going to need a whole lot more stone, which will mean something at some point. Puppets, no question. Claymation, I've done claymation. Claymation is slow, arduous, and also slow. No exaggeration. Claymation is just... It's just the worst. It looks great when you pull it off. I mean, just look at Nightmare Before Christmas for a good example of it. But, oh my god, you ever wonder why that movie is so short? Relatively speaking. Yeah, claymation is bonkers to produce. I have a lot of respect for people who actually bother with it. Like Wallace and Gromit, there's another good one. Deal with that in a minute. That's a good question, Evo. I don't actually know. She's probably off sleeping with Pierre, if we're being honest with ourselves. Let's drop these off right now so they don't take up inventory space. I mean, that would be cool. They do some random stuff. Abigail, I know, can actually give you some cool things and talks about going dungeon diving. But I don't know if she's the only one who does that. Alright, let's get a little more energy usage here before I collapse an for the night. 16. That's as far as I'm going to push that. What's funny is this is probably going to take me a surprisingly large amount of time to actually do. Because I only have so much energy, and I got to replace almost the entire farm. Oh, did it work? It looks like it did. Holy crap. Hugs. That would be funny. Get a nice rainy day, get out here. Thanks, Pam. Energy drinks. They're actually really good energy. In fact, I'm gonna just take those energy drinks. Screw it. We're gonna use them here. Okay. We also need stone. We need a lot of stone. So, I'm gonna go ahead. Correct. You will go to sleep at 2 no matter what. That's just the end of the line right there. Unless you have a mod, obviously. Those you're not aware, this game has a fairly robust mod scene. And if you can think of a mod, there probably is a mod for it. What is that? Oh, Pharaohs. Speaking of, what I should probably honestly do is focus on making money and then just buy the stuff I need, rather than spending time mining. Wait, that's probably exactly what I'm going to do. So if you're not in bed, it depends on where you are, but either way, you pass out the moment it hits 2 a.m. You just conk out, you're done. We actually had that happen not too long ago. In my house, actually. I was on the way to the bed, didn't quite make it to the bed. Plonk! Just passed out in the hallway. You lose either 10% of your money or 1,000 gold, depending. And I don't remember what else, if I'm being honest. I think nothing else, especially if you pass out here on the farm. There they are. Okay. Yes, there actually is a new version of Winamp. It no longer whips the llama's ass. It's weird. Truffle? Oh, I should take the horse. I think it should make a path to the north, too, because right now I have to do this weird path to take the horse up north. Oh, that's weird. Please move, cat. Please move, cat. Oh my god. The cat was like, no. Who would win? A 500-pound horse or a 20-pound cat? I have no idea how much a horse weighs. Don't. That's true. That cat is Major Tom. That is a significant thing. Do a quick sweep, see if we can get lucky with any artifacts. Major Tom just turned into the MVP of Wasteland 3. I was really shocked by that. That cat was deadly. He could take down a tank. That's a thing that happened. Now that's a tough one, because see, Major Tom is a glass cannon, and Horatio's a tank. So, guess is as good as mine. Alright, so... drop this off here. I mean, I don't think the organization ever does that. No, Gum Gum. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Like, imagine the... I don't know. The Prime Minister of the UK was like, hey! That strikes a pose, you know? And 80s it up a moment. Let's go ahead and drop these off. Y'all. Just gonna accept that being out of position for right now. Should probably get rid of these quartz since I'm probably not using them at all. I don't know. I'll figure out something for that crystal floor. You just stay there for right now. We'll get back to you. Okay. I'm gonna laugh if I don't like this, too. Well, time to completely redo everything. Again. Wouldn't be the first time. One time I was building that giant sphere in Minecraft. Which, if you don't know, requires a fairly large amount of planning, because Minecraft is Minecraft. And, I discovered, oh, I don't know, 3 lines in that I'd miscalculated on part of it. I had to redo a fairly large chunk of it. I was not very happy about that fact. Kinda wish I could turn these paths back into stone while we're on the subject. Oh, that's interesting. What is in the way here? Okay. Didn't even see whatever it was. Okay. I just wish I could get rid of paths a little bit faster. This is when someone pops in the chat, hey, you can get rid of paths a lot faster by doing X, Y, and Z. Yes, I want her to look very Amazonian, Evo. She's someone who's literally a military commander, so that should probably get across in her features, or tone, or position, or posture, or however you want to think of that. Other than that, I have nothing for you. Excuse me, Mr. Duck. You know what I should do. I should start going out every day and giving gifts to, let's see, Kent, Clint, Probus, and the Wizard. Because those are the people that I am the lowest on by quite a margin. I need so much more stone. I haven't thought about it, Gum Gum, if I'm being honest. I can't imagine a reality in which that episode would stay as is. But that's way too zoomed in for us. We're still working on Enterprise. I'm not going to be thinking about TNG probably for a couple of years, honestly. Alright. Damn it, Noctis. It's just donation day, isn't it? My goodness. Thank you. Very, very much. Always appreciate. Epic Battle Fantasy V. You got it. Give me a moment. Done. And thank you again. I mean, I would be gobsmacked if any Season 1 episode is unchanged. Gum gum. I am wearing 2 rings. I've got the small glow ring and I've got the magnet ring. Small magnet ring. Alright, so we're gonna do something weird here. Alright, grab this truffle. Sell it. I do not, Evo, no. We're gonna remember to actually put the truffle in the thing. There we go. We're gonna find our brain somewhere. Not sure where. Perfect. Okay, so we're actually going to play some music here. We're going to take a little bit of a slight pause break. And I'm going to pull up a map. Oh gosh darn it. Here we go. I don't have that either, Eva. I could sit down and make it, but for obvious reasons I haven't. Okay, so here's our map. No, Riker won't be getting powers because he can't. It doesn't work that way. Q don't operate that way in the rewrite. Okay, so we're going to have a surrounding thing around that. We have a straight path. I can't do straight lines. We're going to have a straight path here. Now the intention... There's also a bunch of houses there. No, because the Q were rewritten and reduced in power dramatically. So that area is going to be that section. So let's do this. So that'll chop that off. And then we'll have this section for farming. So that'll just be like the forest right there. No, I do not, Larian. Based only on context clues, I can assume it's something... So here, let me show you what I'm doing. For those of you wondering what the heck I'm on about here. Because this is probably the most jank way I could ever possibly do this. This is what I'm doing. I literally just took a screenshot and I've just been drawing on it. Let's see, so we're going to have... I still kind of want the furnace section over here, like this. Maybe some lightning rods over here. I'm going to want the stable, like, right here. And then shut it down, silly idea. Burn it. Burn it to the ground. This music is from Surviving Mars, another game that I highly recommend. So what is this Stardew Valley planner thing? Oh god. Oh, that's wild. Okay. No, I don't. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so it'll be a coop. Somewhere. Can I grab and drag? Yeah, I can. Okay. There's going to be a barn somewhere. There's going to be a coop somewhere. There's a stable... Here, I'll... Give me a second, give me a second. Very professional streamer. Over a decade streaming experience. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, so... Why didn't it... Why didn't it paint? Ah! What is going on here? Hang on. Oh, I can't do anything right. Let's try this again. It's still not painting. What am I doing wrong, Larry? Since you've used this. Okay, now it does it. What the hell? Whatever. Alright. Probably should actually do that properly. This is the riveting gameplay you play for, or you pay for, right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, 9. We'll do 9. Two. Whoa! Not even close to what I wanted to happen. Okay. Now I've lost it. Five. So these are 5. And 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Always takes me back to my Minecraft days right here. Two. 2. 3. It's a little off, but I think it's just because of the offset. Nope, nope, that is actually correct. Okay, so then we've got that circle. We could try an oval instead of a circle. What do you think? Since you can see that. You think we should go oval or circle? Hey, Baron. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. No responders. I have nobody in chat right now. Nobody's actually looking at stream. That's what it is. Nobody actually looks at the stream. They just put it on the background and listen to it. What, Baron? Of course I'm working Christmas Eve. I got stuff to do. Like, hang out and chill. Well, I do hope the Joseph does turn out well, Larian. You gotta tell me if it turns out well. Like, that's a rule. I think I agree. Let's keep it a circle. So we're gonna have that circle there. We need... vents. Let's do stone fence. I feel like that suits me best. Whoops. Hey, Gorscom. Yes, that's quite a few people were gifted a sub. Far too many people, if we're being honest with ourselves. But I... your holiday is going well. Okay, let me go back to brick for the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 8. 8's easier. 3, 4. Up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Whoops. 2. 8 by 8 is a lot of 1, 2s. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Oh my gosh! That wasn't a request for more subs. That might should be the other way. Thank you, Gorscalm. I do appreciate the sub, really. If you want to put that towards something, towards increasing priority in something, please let me know. I feel like I should move that. Oh my god! Alright, Valerian, you're fired. You are turbo fired, sir. You're off the force. Turn in your badge! Right now. Oh my... oh my god. No! No! Stop! Stop! Oh my god. Yeah, no, we're done. Clocking out. It's over. It's over. We're out. We're done. I mean, you're awesome, Valerian. Every now and again. And the rest of the time, you're even more awesome. I really should have tea leaves, or a tea thing. I don't know why I don't. Oh, whatever. The same bracketing thing here. Yeah, if not for you, Valerian, I mean, could you imagine the puppy problem we'd be having right now? It'd be ridiculous. I mean, puppies everywhere. Can you even imagine? Thing going around here. I'm just going to do this roughly because I don't feel like doing this properly right now. Well, thank you, Baron, for the sub. Always appreciate. If you know what you want to put them towards, please let me know. Try not to break down on stream here. Again. On the same day. Kirby, you got it. Thank you, FM Elward. Always appreciate as well. I'm sorry, what is RF5? Help me out here. Ah, Rune Factory. Hold up. Which one's Rune Factory 5? Hang on. Hit the stream breaks. Now I gotta ask Valerian what the heck he wants. Is it on Steam, FML word? I mean, the Switch is also acceptable, I suppose. Oh, sure. I thought Harvestella was actually already on it. Yeah, Harvestella is actually on the list. The Rune Factory, we have Rune Factory 4 on the list. And then one towards 6.2, I imagine, for the patch. And then the rest towards Patchwalker. Well, I found this old fat guy on my roof, Baron. So naturally I shot him. Okay, so Harvestella, Rune Factory 5, 6.2, and Patchwalker. And thank you, Valerian, way too much. Always. Much appreciated. And of course, I've put that towards dealer's choice as requested. It's fine. I don't have to take his place. I mean, I could take his place, but I'm not gonna. Alright, so... Alright. Let me think here. The ideal would be for it to be right here. We could also make it too wide, just to line up with that. How do you think I'm going to conquer the world, Giga? Gotta think about these things. Ideas are nice, but we need implementations. Okay. So then we'll have an interrupter right here, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tall, right there. Oh my god, Evo. I was just wondering if you were actually watching or not, since I was going to ask your advice on some of this. 1, 2, 3. So right here. Oh. And there's my sister. Hi, sis. I'm going to do something really quick that's weird, okay? When you get a moment.
Everything you do is weird.
3, 4, 5. That's a true statement.
I didn't hear anything other than I'm going to do something weird when you get a second.
10. I mean, that's what I said.
Okay, just making sure there wasn't something before that.
Thank you, Evo. I didn't realize it was you for 5 seconds. Look, I'm a little kajiggered today, okay?
8,000 random subs can do that to you.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly still kind of recovering, so I forgot it was you for 5 seconds. So, okay, you ready, sis? I want you to look at Discord. Don't connect to the game, okay?
Okay, I can't connect to the game, so that's fine.
Perfect.
Looking at Discord.
Okay, so I'm planning the layout, and I want your thoughts and opinions, okay? So I'm going to put the Imperial symbol...
That's not centered. That's not centered. It needs to be centered.
It's centered according to the path up here.
It's not centered on the lake.
But it's centered according to the path. So it's not going to be centered one way or the other.
Then it needs to be...
I also think that is centered according to just the square. It is the lake that's off.
Yes.
I mean, if I could move the lake, I would do that. Anyways, this is going to be the Imperial symbol up here. So I'm just going to be like, Imperial symbol, there. That's already kind of done. So that'll be there. I'm going to have coop right here, done like this. Barn right here, done like this. Stables up here. And that's actually all I've gotten. We're going to keep the fruit area up here pretty much the same as.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. I'm going to pop back into the game for 5 seconds. Because I need to see something.
What are you working in?
Okay. So this is actually straight. I'm good. What? What's this?
What are you working?
Stardew Valley Planner. Something I found out about 5 minutes ago, which is why I've only just started here.
I want a link.
Okay. Go to Google. Type in Stardew Valley Planner. It's the first result. Dragon Age block. You got it. Thank you, Evo. And yeah, I'm actually streaming this now, too, so they're seeing it, too. So they can kind of
start planning.
Comment.
Ooh.
I wish I could... oh, actually, I think I can share this to you. Hold on. Don't actually do anything with that, sis. Do me a favor. Like, save that for later, sure, but... let me see if I can do something here.
Make be different.
How do I...
How do I make blocks be different?
Hang on. Be patient with your brother for 5 seconds.
No, there's none of the patience.
Well, that is most unfortunate. Where was it?
Roads, found it.
So let's go back to here. Oh yeah, Eva would like you to describe Zerial for her, please.
Wants me to describe Zerial for her.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Crap! What did it do? No, undo it! Undo it! Why can I not undo it? Why does
There's
control?
no undo. There's no undo. It's a sis.
Go back. Refresh the page. Ha! Refresh works. Zerial. That's Zer. How do you spell Zerial? Because she spelled it wrong, but now I can't spell it.
Zeriel.
Okay, that's... it just looked wrong. There we go. Hey! Why do I have a symbol? Have I always had a symbol?
No, but when I got sub-bombed, sometimes those subs go to random people. So congratulations, you are now one of my subscribers, sis. Technically. Why is this not working?
Okay, Zerial is the long and the short of it is Zerial is me at a different time in my life. It's okay. She is very caring and empathetic, but never learned the social skills for how to display it. She has very strong sense of loyalty toward those that she cares about. She's very pragmatic in the sense that I'd say actually chaotic neutral, if we want to use D&D terms with her. She is very do what's necessary no matter the cost kind of thing. So like or the end justifies the means. So if it's causing issues, then like we'll just, if this person is going to, cause this horrific thing to happen at some point down in the future, then let's just kill them because, that way they can't cause the horrific thing in the future. And, cool. Now that's done and over with. On to the next problem.
Not very logical, really.
Yes, she is very logical, and it's funny because like she's very empathetic, like I said, but only toward the people that she cares about. If she doesn't care about you, then just, it just is what it is. I don't like the 3. 3 is too much.
Oh no, trust me, 3 looks much better in game. We're sticking with 3.
No, but for the inside ones, it doesn't look good.
Please describe more.
So the main path, sure, 3 is fine, but for like in between,
It's like this, maybe?
Yes, looks much better.
Okay. Of course, that ruins everything, but we can adjust.
Appearance? Well, that's easy. I actually have pictures of her. Give me a moment.
Oh, yeah, Eva doesn't care at all about the character. She's just like, what does she look like?
So depending on what form she's in, looks different.
Obviously.
Yes. Let's see. What's the easiest way going to be to do this?
Send me a picture, then I'll put it on stream.
Okay. Well, you have access to all of these already. And this is anyone with the link, so copy. There we go. So when the party first met Z, she looked like this. The only thing you could see on her was startlingly clear blue eyes with no pupils, and the rest of her was shrouded in nothing. What I've kind of always thought of her as looking like before this would be like this, very pale skin, like I said, startlingly blue eyes, no pupils, white hair, and then let's see, as they got to know her, they discovered that she could change her age and appearance pretty much at will. They thought that it was party thought that it was some sort of artifact, magical artifact, that was allowing her to drastically change her appearance. But in reality, no one had told her that humans, or rather that elves, couldn't do that, and so she just did. Thank you. The digital is obviously not me. It's a found image. The hand-drawn is me. And then when she accesses her body gets destroyed, she comes back and she looks much more like a fire elemental. It takes her some time before she can, have a solid form again. But this is roughly what I kind of envisioned her looking like once she has solid form again. Or at least this is one iteration. Yeah, so Gollum, one of the interesting things about Zariel is she is more closely aligned to an elemental than she is to a standard living creature. And so she doesn't... she has a perfect memory because no one has ever told her that memories become skewed over time and that you can't remember everything perfectly. She is limited in power only by the fact that she knows that there are things that you are incapable of doing as either an elf or a desolate. Then she discovers she's not a desolate, and those kind of go away. But yeah, most of the stuff about Zariel is only like the limitations on her in lore are based predominantly on the fact that she was made aware of the fact that it is not normal for beings to be able to do such a thing, and then all of a sudden she is no longer able to do those things. So if someone were to ever sit down and be like, wow, that's really weird that you can remember word for word every picture, every conversation you have ever had, she would suddenly stop being able to remember every conversation word for word that she has ever had. Yeah, that looks much better. Although I don't like, why are you brick roading everything at the top?
Everything's gonna be right. 3 and 4. There'll be no grass or ground visible in most places.
Okay. But you need grass.
No, I don't. I'll need grass over here in the area where there will be grass allowed.
Also, trees won't grow if they have brick things on the ground. It's an inherent aspect of her being.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She is a thing that I don't know. I don't remember the name for.
She's an elemental, essentially.
Yeah, that's what I said. But there was a word for the 7 of us.
That's still wrong. Not you.
It needs to, that one that where you start with it being a 3 over here on the left. You can't see where my mouse is pointed. Nope. Right one. Down. Down. Right one. That one right there should be 4. So go down to the bottom, add another one. Nope. Go back where you were. Same row. No, don't read.
Okay, it's okay. I got this. I'm just thinking about this.
Because you want it to hit the lake at the corner, that top left corner of the lake.
Yeah. So,
that's where you want it to hit. So I would build from there.
I mean, I literally have a circle guide up, but I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong to make it look wrong. Actually, I think it's the lake is the problem. 3, 4. Actually, hang on. 5, 10, 20, 30.
What are the special desolates called?
38. It is 38. I don't remember.
They have a name, though.
I know they do. I don't remember what we called them.
Why?
Because I'm trying to count. So if I make this the bottom, which I shouldn't do, but I could do.
Honestly, Evo, Z doesn't care for anyone until she gets to know them. Why? Because, well, why would she care about people that she doesn't know?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That doesn't look right.
Hang on. I just want to see it.
Okay. What?
2, 3, 4.
Anyway, I have to go because I have to go to the grocery store.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye forever. Are you going to be on later?
Yes, I will be on when I come back. Okay. I just
safe journey then.
Was waiting for the toddler to put pants on so I can take me to the grocery store.
Got it.
Anyway, Z, Evo, wow. Anyway, Evo, Z is well, she's Z. And it actually cracked me up so bad that the party was just convinced that she was like an evil bitch or just a vindictive bitch or just a bitch. But because they like literally no one ever came up to her and like tried to have a conversation with her. Because at the beginning, she was so standoffish with them because, well, frankly, they were being idiots. And they just decided, well, she just thinks we're all idiots and is a bitch, so why bother? And it was like, yeah, okay, cool. So this is, got it. Whatever.
They were never heard from again.
Well, no, like you remember, brother. We sat there, we had so many conversations about, they are so misrepresenting Z. Like,
I remember.
Oh, Evo, Z wouldn't have had a problem with that because Z wouldn't know that she shouldn't be able to understand sign language without being taught. Funny story. Z knows pretty much every language there is. Why? Because she doesn't understand And no one has told her that you have to learn new languages. So, yeah. It's nice being able to, like, actually explain her to someone, you know?
Mm-hmm. What do you think of this, real quick? Oh, you can't see it. No.
Can't see you unshared.
Hang on, real quick.
I'm waiting. Yona, do you have shoes on? Okay.
It is, of course, there's nothing we do about the lake. Just ignore that for a second.
I don't see anything. I see the Imperial symbol.
How about now?
Nope.
Okay, hang on. No, don't.
Yeah, she would have just walked up to your character who would have like started speaking to her in, you're not spamming, you're having a conversation. She would have started speaking to her, you know, who would have started speaking to her in sign language, and she would have just been verbally responding back to you while everyone else was like, what the, like, what? Huh? I don't understand. And even if like you just spoke in random like body gestures, that looks good.
Okay.
I would maybe drop the circle down 1 so that it touched. No, because then it's going to run into your stables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or
that's
not
why
your stables, your other
the barn, yeah. And I do like that position of that barn. I guess we could move it.
Fine. It's not awful.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in the history of the ever, but you know, it's.
Well, the lake is the problem. The lake
I
is
know,
pissing
I
me
know.
off because it's not centered and it's bad.
There's nothing we
It's
can
a
do about
bad
the lake.
lake. Also, I don't like the 3 with the 2.
Where's 3 with the 2?
3 with the 2. The 3 going across as the main road with the 2 going up.
Please trust me that looks good.
No, stop. Listen. You should make that top one that goes up to the upper part a 4 with the crystal pass in the middle.
I'm sorry. What am I making a 4?
The vertical road going out the upper path.
The thing... so I can't because there's houses in the way? In fact, I double-checked in the game. There is, in fact, 2 spaces there.
You can move the houses.
I still don't think we're gonna have room if we do that.
Yes. Well, just move the houses one direction in either space.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Start over!
I'll think about it. I will think about it.
Alright. I'm leaving.
Bye.
Have you finished with the things that Ba asked you to do? Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to mute myself and leave you on the call so that Jaina can hop on when she's ready.
Okay.
Remember that moment when Guido Snarg decided to ditch Zariel?
Yeah, it's basically when you left the party and started playing Aveline.
Yes, I do, Evo. I do. And Z was like, well, okay, I guess this is life.
I don't like this. I'll take suggestions from the crowd, by the way. Because there's a reason I'm streaming it, so you can kind of see what we're doing here. Because we got the Imperial symbol, that's the center of everything. We got a farm spot and a farm spot, which we'll probably never use, but they'll be there. We got the animal spot. This is also going to be covered in grass. Like, this whole area is just going to be grassing it up. And we're going to chop that off there. And honestly, probably just let this whole right side be completely overgrown. This will be fruit trees up here. Similarly, dirt. And then... we could move the production facility up here. What the? Oh. My niece joined. Right, let me go to bed. Because I can't pause the game all of a sudden. Hey kiddo, go ahead and do what you want. I'm planning, if you can hear me. So I'm not actually playing, so you can just kind of do your own thing. While I plan out what I want to do with the farm. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, it's okay, Evo. I know it's way too much effort to actually look at what's on the stream here. Oh, she's totally gonna kill me. My niece is gonna kill the crap out of me. So, that's gonna be 15, 30, 45, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's 120. So that'll be our production line right over there. No, it's okay, Evo. I would never dare ask for your opinion on something. I know you would rather die than give me any thoughts or comments. It's cool. I understand. It's just a little hurtful, that's all. Okay. So that leaves us with several large areas to work with. I'm not sure I like this. I think that looks a little bit better. We can also try doing... Whoa, that looks awful. Oh, I have to go hit OK. Alright. And immediately go back to bed. Okay. Alright, you're free. Go do what you will. Other than kill me. Don't kill me. No, there's no face here, FML word. Just debating what I want to do with this middle section here. We don't have to have the curves. I just thought it would be a nice way to vary it up. We could just go a straight grid. I mean, that's not the end of the world. Gridding it up. If we were to grid it up, what I'd probably do is I'd probably do... Whoops. Probably do this. And get rid of this right thing, you know? And then just have this be the grass overgrown area. I'm not sure how I would part and parcel this part of the farm up, though. You know what I could do? When I play these kind of games with friends, they tend to call me the architect. I think they mean it as an insult. Hey, Andrew. Welcome to the most boring stream I've ever done. I am your host, the Boring Runner. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, right there. It's the farm, Evo. I am designing the layout of my farm. What is so confusing about this? Is it that bad? Just be honest. If it looks that bad, just tell me. It's okay. I won't take offense. I'll be scarred for life, but, you know, I won't take offense. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, I mean, so there's this thing called design, where you're trying to design something. You're failing at it, obviously, as I am proving right now. But I'm trying to design something. And right now I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. We could do that. Set up a little hub right there. It's actually not a bad idea. It's just... I don't even see what you're saying, FML word. I'm sorry. Which is probably a good thing, because I already hate myself too badly looking at it. Oh, cat's getting in the way. Why does it matter, Evo? Although, actually, do we have... Yeah, okay, so here's... Whoops. Why didn't it stay? Why didn't it stay? Stay. So there's a bunch of trees up here. This is definitely exactly what they look like. So there's the trees. It's okay. I'll stop bothering you, Evo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I could just nuke the entire middle section. Keep that up there. So trees, housing, and then we obviously have this. What are you doing, kiddo? Oh no, that's Penny. What is she doing? It's confusing. Alright, so that's fair, Evo. Pretend I'm not filling the farm with anything whatsoever. That it's literally just designing the base bones of the farm and never filling it with anything. Pretend that's what you're looking at. And then work with me from there. So we could do... Ironically, I feel like I just have too much space. Not enough to do with it. I do want these right here. Although I could move them over there. No, I don't like that idea. I have nothing to do with down here. I have nothing to fill that space with, and honestly nothing up here either. I could also give up on this completely and just say screw it and not try to make my farm look nice, but I kind of would like my farm to look nice. I don't know, what do you think, Zachariah Jebediah? Other than, thank you for the sub. Always. Much appreciate. I'll put that towards dealer's choice. You know what? I think if we're going to do a grid, we should just commit to a grid. Let's just commit to a grid. Yes, it's very me, Evo. So hang on, so right there. 2, 3. You know what, actually, let's just commit to that. Let's just make this whole thing paved. Yeah, I think I like that idea. That's not terrible. So we've got main road, pave, imperial symbol, grass area. And then there will be the fruit area. That'll be the production area. Okay, I think we're ready to actually start building. Bonk. Oh no, it's 5 in the evening. What are you doing, Penny? This must have cost you a fortune. Yeah, it was not the cheapest wedding ring I've ever purchased. How many wedding rings have you purchased? Shut up. We don't talk about that. Yeah, let's... Oh, sorry. Let's get rid of... Oh, gosh. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. There we are. So hang on. Let's put this somewhere we can actually see the planned layout here. And now let's get rid of everything. Except not literally everything. Hi. Okay, now let's get rid of everything. Start fixing the layout. Yeah, all the manufacturing is going to go on the west, middle west side. It will be a glorious utopia of no dirt visible anywhere. So let's pick up all of this stuff. That means we're going to have to move the jukebox. No, we're going to have to move the jukebox. Move the jukebox! Okay, I'll put the jukebox back in a second. I don't put it here right now for temporary. There you go. Yeah, I know, RJ. It's been one of those days. It's still recovering from one of those days. You know what I mean. And then we can put storage here. That actually works out. Okay, so ironically, I should probably wait until winter to really dig into this. Did you already get all the corn, kiddo? Okay, good. The delicious, delicious corn. Oh, I just realized all these trees are in an interesting spot. Where am I at on that? How much resin am I up to? Because I need a lot. A lot. Yeah, it's something that'll probably literally never happen again, Dr. Winter. If I were to guess. Oh, it's just sitting right there, isn't it? Okay, there we go. That's not helping. Forward? Nope. Backward? Nope. Whatever. We're just gonna live with it. We're gonna live with it. We're living with it. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. And we'll call this the temporary chest. Actually, those are in place. There. What are you doing with that wool? I know it's stealing all my wool. So let's go ahead and make some cheese. What was that, a truffle? Truffle! Truffle! Okay, now that I have the truffle, let's see here. Okay, what are you doing with the wool? Oh. Yay! Personhood reaffirmed. That stuff, obviously. I will treasure this wool forever, obviously. This delicious wool. Oh, it's stuck in my teeth. Okay, I'm okay. So this is actually offset from where I need it to be eventually. But we'll do the rest of that in the morning, so my niece can get some stuff done. And by the way, kiddo, if you see any artifact spots, any worms that have any ancient seeds in them, do me a favor and either give that to me or tell me that you got it, please. Awesome. Thank you. What kind of money did you make today? My goodness. Okay. Aw. Lot of money. Yeah, bad. Aw, a parsnip. Thanks. Okay. Here, I'll let you get the truffle, kiddo. That's worth a decent amount of money. Oh. Aw. Right. Isn't the festival tomorrow? Either way, you're right. We do need to go to the festival tomorrow. Don't worry. I will join you. I'll leave the field up for right now. So this is going to be a 2 instead of a 3. So let's get another layer. Yeah, one of my favorite things to drive on is ice. Don't worry, I won't miss it again, I swear. If I do, we can restart the day to make sure that you get it. Okay, I actually like that cardboard golem. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Let me see if that's going to adjust things a little bit. See, Cardboard Golem actually gave me advice, unlike Eva, who told me, "Hey, Laura, you suck and I hate you. P.S. You smell and you stink. The world would be a better place if you just fell over and died tonight." And while that's true, like, words hurt, you know? Well, these two. I think Sis is gonna like that too, especially cardboard. Okay, so... The what, Bragwin? I've actually never had a real life wow, Lord. I've never had a mushroom truffle before. Have you ever had one, kiddo? Yeah, I didn't think so. One of these days I need to get you a chocolate truffle. I know you prefer sour candies, but I think you'd like some specific types of chocolate truffles. Alright, hang on. So let's... Ah! I just... Right into the pond. Oh, so one of my friends used to work on a ranch, and one of his primary jobs was dealing with the pigs. It's one of the reasons I know anything about pigs or pig rearing or raising or anything like that is from him. And one of the things he used to hate the most it was kind of his responsibility by proxy to make sure that all the mushrooms were trimmed so that the pigs didn't go rooting around and getting them, because it was particularly unhealthy for the poor pigs. I mean, there's nothing for it. Cardboard Golem. There's nothing we can do about it, right? So. Aw. Enjoy, Evo. Merry Christmas. Please don't hate me as much. Alright, so now that she's done hating me, let's do this. Alright, so let's plan this out, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. I should probably get rid of the rest of the path before I start on that. I mean, look, I'll change the gravitational constant of the universe later. I already did that in the extant. Ironically. Surprised no one's made a joke about that. Nice. I should stay hydrated. Everyone stay hydrated. It's very important. You too, kiddo. You have a drink? Liquid is important. Es muy importante. Yes, flowers also need drink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dr. Pepper is not hydration. Three. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Gosh darn it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. I need to make chili again. I haven't made chili in a while. Oh, kiddo, when you get a chance, could you do me a favor and check one of the silos to make sure they're full? Because we only have a couple of days before we can't, well, we have to buy hay. Please, please. Meanwhile, the kiddo's thinking, never! They're tough. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. And then up to here. Uh-oh, so it sounds like we need more. Time to start scything. How much more do we need? I guess I'll just go look. I'll just go look. Thank you for checking, kiddo. That's a truffle. Nice. Bye. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we got plenty. We only get like 50 more. I will still get 50 more, I think, just to make sure we actually are full in the silos for the winter. So let's work on that. If that means the animals go without food, then so be it. What is in my way? Shoot, I lost track now. Okay. Let's finish this up really quick. So, boop. And then, boop. Please move. Duck! Just, could you not? So, one of the Reddit threads I subscribe to is called Aw. And one of the videos that was posted there was of a dude whose pet cow was really insistent upon, like, being cuddly with him while he was trying to work on something. And so he's like, "Go away, cow," and the cow's like, "Mwah." It's like, "No! Stop! Leave me be." Kind of the vibe I get from some of this. And as I get rid of each torch, it will slowly, bit by bit, give in to darkness. Darkness is the farm's true essence. Kingdom Farm. Okay, actually, I'd probably play the hell out of that game. I'm just gonna be real. Just me. Okay, now that we're out of energy. Yeah, Christmas tree. Alright, I need to sell that. That's it, actually. Yeah. Okay. That in there. Actually, why don't I go ahead and do this? I know, game. I know I'm low on energy. Jeez. Get these before they go away in a couple days. So the festival tomorrow doesn't start until 10, right? So I can get more terraforming done. Evil laughter. Although I actually can't finish the terraforming right now, in general. And I need to figure out something like grassy I could do for right here. Or I could just... Oh, no. Is there, like, decorative grass in this game? Does anybody know? I don't mean, like, this stuff. I mean, like, something you could just plant to look cool. Whatever. I mean, grass grows, but it also goes away in the winter. I want something a little more eternal. There it is. I know, game, I know. I mean, I don't think AstroTurf is in this game. Ironically, I've looked into AstroTurf in real life. It's actually a lot of upkeep to take care of. Almost as much as just, you know, mowing a lawn. Go figure. See, cardboard gets it. I should probably go to bed before I pass out. Oh, hey, you've earned 100,000 gold. Yeah, I think you're doing fine, money-wise. I think she's made more money than I have. Just like in real life. That's not true. Although, I do plan to conquer the world and then hand it to her, so... Yeah, she's Sus 2. Sus is on the other computer, so Sus 2 is the character she plays on that computer. A cow just teleported in. Why did a cow... How did a cow teleport into the barn? I can't. There we go. That's apparently as far as that's going. And so that's like... there. Is that lined up right? Yes, okay, good. Listen, I told you to stop teleporting cows around. You never listen to your uncle. This actually doesn't go here at all. What am I doing? Let's waste some energy getting rid of this, because I'm stupid. So do you want to race through the maze when we get there, kiddo? Right here. You will never defeat my excellent, amazing skills. Get rid of this now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, nope, I'm right. 1, 2, 3. Ironically, right there. Still think it looks better as a 3, but I will adhere to my sister's evil whims. You know, something I've noticed. One of our favorite things, like, we all like building games, right? Okay, some of us like building games, right? And most of us who like building games, most people I know who like building games, we like to show off after we've built. It's like, hey, check this out. And then and it's just like, oh, God, I got this, and I got this over here, and this good thing. And there's always that bit of embarrassment as it's like, well, you know, it doesn't look that impressive, but I spent a really long time on it, you know? Yeah, like Stronghold or, Valheim is another more modern example. Minecraft for an older example. You get the idea. And it's a really common thing I've seen all over the place. How do you not believe in building games, Casual? 1, 2, 3. So, that will be the line. I have met a building game. Because I am a building game. You thought you were safe. Whoops. But you hit the wrong button. Very important part of the process. Very important. Okay, so this is this. And then this is going to go straight down. And this should come down to the right side of the pond. Yes, okay, so I'm in the right spot. I almost wish I could play this in 4K, because then I could just see the whole farm while I'm designing it, you know? I mean, if you want to go historically speaking, building games did actually come out of war games, because almost every aspect of strategy gaming came out of war games, which is always just fascinating to me, personally. I might double up on this one. I don't know, I'll think about that. This will go here. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's right here. Jesus, kiddo. Where did you get all that from? Yeah, war games are extraordinarily old. Centuries old. I myself have dug back to Poland. Not Poland, sorry. I don't know why I said Poland. Prussia. And Prussia used to do wargaming as a regular thing to prep people for war, to actually do active war games. It was actually considered rather unusual at the time. Most kingdoms, countries, empires, whatever you want to call them, at the time, weren't really big on maintaining military presence or maintaining war readiness during peacetime. It's actually funny to me that that's considered something that was unusual to them. I guess that's true with a lot of things, right? How many aspects of society were unusual when they started doing it? Okay, I'm gonna leave these things up, but not the rest of it. I mean, there is the old adage that Russia was a military with a nation. But yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, literally, or whatever it was originally called. I can never remember what it was originally called. Literally came out of wargaming originally. How many of you have played that version of D&D? It wasn't called D&D, and you actually controlled the squad because it was a war game. It's one of the reasons why, if you ever wondered why in first edition, it's so easy for your characters to die. It's because you were supposed to be controlling several of them all at the same time. And so the loss of one wasn't, you know, the end of the game. The idea of playing one character kind of developed out of that. Like I said, the whole thing is fascinating to me. The progression of gaming. Hi, kiddo. I offer you... Oh, thank you. I offer you ice cream! Take the ice cream. Take the ice cream. Evil. Yeah, no, exactly, Andrew. It was like losing a pawn. It's like, well, that sucks. Whatever. Shrug. Moving on. Is this... Am I in the right spot? Or is this... Okay, so that's that. That's that. This is going to be the Imperial symbol right here. So yes, I do need to go one over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So right here. After I line this up, kiddo, I'm going to go ahead and head towards town, so I'm in position for the fair. Just so you know. And I'll just go straight down. Yeah, exactly, Alex. It's just, I don't know, I find the whole thing fascinating. It's like studying how video game RPGs kind of came about as a result of adventure games getting popularity. And adventure games themselves developed out of text RPGs, and it's just, the whole thing cycles around. It's just interesting to me. But I'm a historian, you know, geek or whatever, so... I like learning where things came from or where things developed. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Every pet thus has 1 HP. Yep. Okay, time to head to town. To beat my niece in a race. I don't think she can ever go fast. I've got this. I've got this on lock. Yep. She may have the horse, but I've got the glow ring. I don't know. Oh, hang on. 1 more hour. In the meantime, we fight! Are you trying to beat me over the head with a rainbow rock? You win. Oh, here, I should turn on the in-game music again. Sorry, I still got this going. Let's see what they got available for sale, shall we? We haven't bought that rare occurring. Let's grab that. I think that's actually it. I think we bought everything else last year. Hey, Kent. Aw. I do agree with Gus. Have you ever cooked with pumpkin? Anybody in chat? Because pumpkin's one of those weird things where you can really come up with, like, a lot of different recipes from it. Okay. In the interest of fairness, I know you can say that about a lot of produce. It always weirds me out. Like, have you ever carved out a pumpkin, right? Get all the goop out of there? You wouldn't... Okay, I wouldn't think, having dig under there, that that goop and the inside is actually worth a damn when it comes to cooking. Like a potato, at least you can understand why a potato works. It's a root vegetable. There you go. Done. Most root vegetables can be used in a whole lot of different ways. What the heck is going on with the pumpkin? Okay. I'm gonna wait for you here, kiddo, when you're ready. Stretch. Stretch. Oh, you're here. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oh. Oh god, hands. Hands. Oh, there's Penny. Apparently Penny thinks I look nice tonight. Oh, jeez, I can't even see my niece anymore. Oh, there she is. There she is. I'm catching her. Spiderland. Oh, God. Nope, nope, nope. It's like playing Grounded all over again. Come on. Like you can see my glow even behind the screens. Ah! You win. Go ahead and take the pumpkin. You earned it. Go ahead. Congratulations, Hug. 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 Ugh. Anyways, go ahead and take the chest, kiddo. You earned it. I think she's typing. She's typing, I hate you. You suck. You should give my middle... Yeah, Haley was too terrified of this place. I can't blame her. There's like glowing eyes on the floor. That's just weird. Wait, really? Oh, okay. I guess we both get the golden pumpkin. My bad. I thought only the first player who got there got it. Oh, by the way, you see Linus and the wizard up there. Oh, that's cool. We now have 3 golden pumpkins. Yeah, I don't blame Abigail there. I wouldn't keep going past the spider cave either. Aw, poor Morrow. Okay, you got everything you wanted? Let's huff it. Get ready for winter. Ah! Well, thankfully, I won't get bludgeoned to death by a geode right now. That would be terrible. Ah! I'll hide in the bed. She'll never find me here. It's okay. Ah! Imagine I just lay down, I'm like, ah, and all of a sudden someone just shows up with a sword. Swipe. As I'm sleeping. At that point, it's just Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Wait a minute. Are you a Nazgul, kiddo? You have to tell me. I'm your uncle. I deserve to know if you're secretly a Nazgul. I did fry some bacon recently. Hey, Hybris. Merry Christmas Eve. Sounds good. Welcome to the stream. We're kind of just chilling today. This is my beloved niece that I'm hanging out with here. Just Merry Halloween. I do hope you're keeping warm, keeping safe, keeping happy, keeping functional. Okay. Merry Christmas, Dark Day. Hopefully, you are also managing to do what you can right about now. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get all the hay today. It's about to go away. Yep, it's all... You hear how Christmas moves forward every year? Well, it's kind of the same in the other direction, too. Oh, so you're right in the corridor, Dark Day. I'm sorry. I think we're full. I think we're full. I'll let them have the rest. Okay. Start moving these. Oh, we got some resin. Hey kiddo, could you do me a favor and grab all the fruit from the fruit trees, please? It's in the upper left, northwest corner. Yeah, I know a couple of people in a couple of places who have been having power issues right about now. I'm not really being facetious when I wish well for people and that they can stay warm and taken care of, because I personally know people who are having issues with that. Bye, kiddo, I guess. See you tomorrow, I guess. And I never saw my niece again. Because she conquered the world without me. It's okay, surely they actually upgraded their grid, right, Bragwin? I mean, surely they wouldn't let the same thing happen again. Right? What is a cost-saving feature or whatever? Orcano? I mean, I know we're going through a bit of an energy crisis globally right now, but Jesus. Whatever. Okay, so over here? Hang on, so that's far one. So this is going to be the symbol. I mean, I know, Andrew, it's just... Rolling blackouts are not a good thing. I know they're not as bad as they can be, but that does not make them good. Hey, Huthor. I hope you're not dealing with rolling blackouts right now. Yeah, so I used to live in Middle Kansas. That's all I'm going to say about that. And every year there were fatalities from people who would just freeze to death in their homes. Every year. It was like clockwork. It was usually much older people, like in their 70s, 80s, 90s range. Still not the greatest thing. Either way, thank you. With that little bit of joy, thank you very much, Huthor. I suppose you know the question. And Merry Christmas, Random. Merry Christmas Eve, I suppose I should say. Okay, so I need this. No, this is going here. Like this. And then I'll move everything else. It's okay, the British government is known for being not only efficient, but organized. I am sure they will have no trouble making sure everybody knows when things are going to happen, and how, and why. Admittedly, you're kind of seeing my Santa suit. Although I'll be wearing it tomorrow, too. Another truffle. Truffle. Okay. I don't know if it counts if it's against yourself, though, Nexus. I'm sorry, that's a joke. That's a joke. I say go for broke. I say we get another Prime Minister by the end of the year. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Star Trek Armada. You got it. One moment, please. Done. Oop, I should close this since I don't need that anymore. I never did come up with a good film that could use a remake, like a proper remake. What about you all? Can you come up with a film that you think really deserves a proper remake? Metropolis. Ooh, there's an interesting choice. Ironically, I was thinking of the old film about the device that Gene Roddenberry blatantly ripped off. I can't think of the name of right now. You know, the Forbidden Planet, I want to say? And thank you, Dark Day. Always. If you know what you want that to go towards, please let me know. Okay. I guess since this is all about to go anyways. It is Forbidden Planet, I was right. So that's my thought, Forbidden Planet. Very well, Dark Day. Give me one moment, because I'm kind of racing the clock here. Okay, I'm literally facing the clock. Facing the clock? Really, Laura? I think I'm actually already too late, but we'll make an effort. Hi, Caroline. My one true love. Oh, sorry. It's the green hair. I can't help it. Can't resist. Yeah, I'm too late. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Sebastian. I really do need to start making an effort to reach out to the people I'm not friends with right now. Tomorrow, of course. We're too late today. It is about to be winter, after all, so I think people will really want ice cream in winter. Actually, am I the only person who actually enjoys ice cream in winter? Real talk, I'm just curious. Because, you know, there's that long-standing idea that ice cream doesn't sell well in the winter, and in fact, some ice cream shops, especially local places, will shut down rather than sell during wintertime.
I see Jaina just left you.
Hi.
On again?
Yep. But it is okay. We will destroy everything. Oh yeah, some mincemeat pie. I actually made my own mincemeat pie not too long ago. Turned out really good. Spicy as hell, but oh, loved it. So when you get here, Cardboard Golem suggested a variation to try and accommodate the non-symmetry. So I'm curious what you think of it. I have so much crap. Okay.
Well, I'm here.
We have to hop in. Oh, I have to invite you. Right, hang on. Invite Inc.
Hi, Bree. Yes, you're Bree.
Is she?
Yes, you are. Yes.
I don't think I agree with that statement.
Well, she's in my lap, biting my tongue.
Being in the way, as is her wont. Pretty sure that's the animal breed in general. I mean, that just kind of proves my point, Raven Dreamer. Ice cream is legit, regardless. What do you think, sis? Ice cream during winter?
No.
What? Alright, sis is no longer legit. Legitimacy card revoked. Oh my god.
Alright.
Go look at the pond, sis. It's not done, but you'll get the idea.
Go on. So you just added an extra block?
Well, look at it. It's symmetrical now.
It is.
She's totally unimpressed, just like we know. I told him, she'd be like, yeah, no, that's not good enough.
What's up with this random spot here, though?
I mean, this was always part of the plan. It's just it's slightly different because it's a block instead of coming down to here now. We can do whatever with it. I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I was thinking maybe some shelves or something like that. You know, I feel like I should give Nexus of Concordia some ice cream. I don't know, it's weird. It's just this craving I have all of a sudden. Yeah, put those in there. I'm just gonna put a lot of things in here while I'm dealing with all this. I guess that's actually it. Well, Russ, since you seem insistent upon killing me today, I cannot believe Twitch doesn't have a Hypnotoad thing. Come on. Any flavor for winter? Ooh, good question. I am rather fond of salty-ish. Although one of these, I still haven't actually had sea salt ice cream. I want to have that someday. So, before I actually do this, so first of all, that was Dragon Quest XI for Dark Day. Why do you have a twerking toad, Bragwin? Do we need to have a word, Bragwin? And half of that Russ is going towards the Zelda block, and half of it's going towards Pokemon Arceus. And I'm going to lay in bed because I'm probably going to be bowing before as long enough for 2 a.m. So thank you, Russ, very, very, very much.
Zug zug.
Always, always and ever appreciate Russ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Your support means a lot to me. Merry Christmas. I'm glad you've been having fun for the last week. I've been having a lot of fun this last week. It's been a rough week, but not because of Stardew. Oh, finally!
I'm getting married.
Took you long enough. Oh, I just got a rock candy and an iridium. And another one. And another one. Like I'm just way in the back. Here's another one.
You've been standing with your wife.
No, I'm not. I don't even see Penny on this. Oh, no, there she is. She's over there. Yeah, I'm not even standing with my wife. I'm just back here. All on my own. Well, you're married now, sis. Congratulations.
This is the first time I've ever been married in Stardew.
I'm sure Shane will be worth the effort. Aw. Wait, I didn't actually keep the items. I mean, that's fine. I was going to bank them anyways. But it didn't actually retain me keeping the items. Hi, Shane.
Should have.
Okay, so now that everything's gone, I can finish setting up stuff here. So let's do that, shall we? So, sis, there's 2 things I need. One of them is the Ancient Seed artifact from the worms. So if you see worms, please be prioritizing those, please.
I always prioritize worms.
Second of all, that and rep are kind of it once I finish setting up the layout. So we'll be good to start the new stuff that I've never seen before Monday.
Have you done Skull Cavern?
Yes.
Do Skull Cavern.
Look, Skull Cavern sucks. Okay, what do you want from me? My niece...
I've never done it.
Let me summarize it for you. It sucks. All right. So it really does. I'm not actually joking. If you want a more in-depth opinion, I could give it. But my niece does enjoy Stardew. But then again, she likes good video games in general. She also likes Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Pokemon Arceus, and Moving Out.
She's asked for a purple or violet.
Violet. I'm going to be honest, I didn't get her that for her birthday. And by her birthday, I, of course, mean Christmas.
I didn't either.
You know one of the things I got her,
I do.
which didn't cost me a lot of money, but cost me a whole lot of time. That was a process, let me tell you what.
Oh, yes. The cards.
The other thing I got her, we'll see. And of course, I got you the most expensive gift of all, as usual. That's a lie. The most expensive gift went to your husband.
So.
Alright, so the stable... Hang on, where's my guide? Stables is going... I mean, it doesn't matter exactly. Right over here. Barn, this I do want to get specific. So, given that we rejiggered a little bit, I'm actually going to put the barn someplace I can't put it. We'll put this with that. This. Yeah, I know, right? Nexus of Concordia. Hey, you got mail. What is it? It's a chocolate cake. A whole chocolate cake. I'm also going to move this house. The house nobody's actually using. Let's go put it over there. And I'm going to move your house too, sis. Just so you know. I'm going to move Shane. I can move everyone. I have the power! This also means I can move these silos finally. Oh, it's in progress, Random. You should have seen... You should see it when we're done. Although, admittedly, it looked pretty good before this, too. And then I was just like, well, it's time to finally start making it look good. And functional. Hello. No, I don't like that. I want that to be there like that. So instead, we'll do something a little more basic. We'll do this. That'll work. Okay. So that's going to be the Imperial symbol. This won't fit in a 10 by 10 though. Oh yeah, so sis, did I tell you I found out that those weekly things, each one of them gives like a mega reward, usually in the form of an unlock. Sis is like, I do not care about this thing.
No, I responded to you, but as normal, you can't hear me because stupid.
Yeah, I don't know why it's being like that. Okay. I think that's everything I need to move for right now. Yes, okay, we're good. Trash. Wait, where? Oh, from the lake. The lake?
From the lake? I thought it said from the river.
It doesn't say either, actually. It just says there's a lot of trash in the water. So that actually might be a lot easier, because I know places where you'll farm trash primarily, like the pond in the farm, for example. So that might be a lot easier to do.
Yes, it is.
Hey, sis. Where are you at?
Yes. Town?
Okay, I'll wait.
Yes. I'm headed home. What do you need?
I was going to ask your opinion on this walkway idea that was your idea, and I wanted you to weigh in on it. It's the one heading out the northern exit.
Okay.
whenever you get a chance. Yes.
No, like it.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I think what's happening is your mic is like auto trying to tune out the noise in the background.
Quite possibly.
And so yeah, it's
I'll
just...
move it closer to my mouth and see if that helps.
I'm gonna have to turn you down, but that'll work. Let me turn you down a bit. Say something, please. Okay, I need you to not whisper.
Yes.
Yes, that sounds better. Like you're at half the volume you were earlier, and you still sound a lot better. Okay.
I'm fishing.
Fish, fish, fish. Are you getting any trash? Actually, better question, is it counting? It is
Yes,
counting.
It's
Nice.
counting.
Nice.
Is it counting for you too?
Yes, it is.
Oh, nice.
I'm happy about that. All right, so I'm going to do this really quick. Which is going to be this. So, I've got a handy-dandy guide, so it's going to be all the way across. Wait, no, I wasn't doing this, was I?
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5,
can't.
6, 14, 28. Let's grab 30.
You know what? Babe.
Now I hear crying. And breathing. Six, 12, 24.
Are you still in the showing off the
No, I've got the actual game up now.
Yeah, I know, but are you still in the showing off the aesthetic stage?
A little bit. Like, overall. That's the goal, is to try and make the game look cool. I want my farm to look nice. My sister wouldn't understand, of course. She doesn't do cosmetics.
Hey. Do you want to fish for me? Okay, then.
What's going on?
She wants me to get stuff that she got at 5 and below out of the bag for her. And I told her that I would do it after I was done farm for the day.
I know, right, Kenton? It has been a very interesting stream day, I tell you what. Little heart attacky.
How many people do we have in stream still?
I don't know. I honestly, like, it was nice seeing everyone, but I honestly expect most people will be like, well, that was cool, and then head off.
You capped like 1,000. Like, you were at like 10, definitely less than 100, and you stayed at like 1,000 for a good couple hours.
Of course you're here, Valerian. Sorry, I don't mean to sound negative to my regulars, obviously. It's just...
It was interesting.
Yeah. It was unexpected. Whoa, I didn't mean to make that much. Well, I have a lot of brick now. Ah! Well, obviously random. That's kind of your goal in life. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Figure that in a minute. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A raid is apparently when thousands of people hop on and start bombing you with subs.
I mean, that's not always what happens, but that is a potential outcome. Ever since they got rid of the host feature, raiding is kind of all that's left for that.
It's a host feature.
Something that they got rid of. So, could you do me a favor, sis?
I'm fishing. That is your favor.
Please stop fishing and come do me another favor. So, which of these two styles of brick do you like better for the circles?
Do you like this brick better or this brick better?
I like you're asking someone else.
Your niece.
I know.
This brick, she likes this one better. This one matches more with this style. Tell him again.
I like the way the bottom one looks. I also like the way the top one looks, but I like the bottom one more because I dislike the way the top one connects.
Okay. We'll go ahead and commit to that then. That's actually good because this top one is much more expensive. Honestly, I might test something. By that I mean I think I will actually test something. That was my niece, if you didn't catch that.
Mini Zan.
Yep, that was Mini Zan.
There's Mini Zan, which starts with an X. Mini Y and Mini Z.
Yep.
One for each of the nieces.
It didn't intend to be that way. It just was. Okay, hang on. It needs to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, Laura.
1220. By the way, it's 1220.
I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next one's going to be a double.
It's a page from M. Jasper's book. The creatures known by some as forest spirits or Junimos are said to appear in abandoned buildings after they have gone to seed. As a general rule, when humans leave and nature begins to reclaim her territory, the Junimos will undoubtedly appear. Folk wisdom holds that the Junimos display some kind of resonant affinity with gemstones that are placed inside of their little huts. Of course, all of these claims come from dubious, unverified sources. As far as I know, even the mere existence of these creatures has never been proven.
That's funny since we actually literally get Junimo helpers if we do something. I forget what.
Finish the community center, probably.
Probably. Oh my god, I'm not gonna make it.
I told you like 3 times.
It's okay, I finished the circle. The circle is complete.
Laura has passed out.
Him.
I thought I wasn't going to make it because I was reading that secret note.
You know, Penny's like, honey? What?
Come inside?
Our house is not fully upgraded at all. I think I have 3 more upgrades after this.
Evelyn sent me a cake.
Yay, cake. Interesting. Yeah, I woke up clutching the path materials. I'm almost done with the path. Ugh. Thud. I don't think I have the money for that, Larian. And I know I don't have the hardwood.
What do you need?
Larian says I need to upgrade the house fully.
Mm,
Yeah, I definitely don't have the hardwood, but I know a source of hardwood. Like a daily source of hardwood, actually. So I'm going to take the horse. And go chop. was also going to ask, in the pond you were fishing in, if you have any ideas for something to fill out the empty spaces in the middle. I was thinking something foliage related, but I'm not. I don't have any ideas.
Flowers.
Yeah, but like what flowers? Where? How? When?
Well, you have to change the flowers per season.
Ah.
How much trashes do I need to trash?
Hang on, let me double check.
Trashes in my
0. You're good. Just dump 20 into the bin and you're done.
Oh, okay. Well, you took the horse.
Sorry.
You know I planted mahogany trees, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I chopped them down. I stole their delicious heart. I like how the horse is just like, no, I don't care about the slimes. Oh, come on, I shouldn't be slowed while on a horse. They slowed me, not the horse. Come on, game. While I'm here, I should probably make friends with the wizard. See you around, Dark Day. Enjoy Die Hard, the least Christmas movie to ever Christmas.
Or
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I'm doing.
You're going to the recycling bin in the railroad area, I believe. Right? Yep. By the train.
Yes.
And you're dumping all the trash in the recycling bin.
Mm-hmm. And attacking all the worms
Yep. The worms is the big thing.
to dig up tubers.
Tubers are neat, but I was kind of hoping for something else.
Well, I would love to get you something else, but I don't have...
It's okay, I've... Nice.
That's not the button I meant to hit.
Well, you got a star drop, so congrats.
Yeah. The star drop was in my... The star drop was in my, my pickaxe spot. No! Alex! Hold still. God damn it, Alex. Hold still.
Where are you at?
The spa.
Oh, okay. What's Alex doing at the spa?
Taking a bath. Duh.
Weird. I'm gonna leave the horse for you.
Where?
At the spa.
Oh, I'm not at the spa.
Well, that's bloody tough, because that's where I left the horse.
Eventually we'll have a horse again.
Oh my god, sis. Ah, and Robin's not even here. Oh, but there's a cutscene with Linus who's out and about in that clothing, in that snow. Linus, do we need to talk? I got some spare food, man. I don't mind. I got heaters. Oh, it's Linus, right? Are you hungry? I can make some lunch. How about some leftover cave carrots, too? That's very nice of you, but no thanks. I've had great luck foraging today. Okay. Laura, you look like you have something to say. Not really. I'd like to invite Linus to live on the farm with me. No, I wouldn't. Thanks, Laura. You had me worried there. I thought you were going to ask me to move on the farm with you. You know, I consider you my closest friend of the valley. You never tried to fix me. You respect my way of life, even if you don't understand it. I really appreciate that. Can you smell that? The sweet aroma of ripe berries. Interesting. He was never heard from again. 5 years later, a desiccated corpse was found. Rotting. Am I done with Linus? I'm not actually done with Linus. Have some mayo, buddy. Still not done with Linus. Oh. Well, I'm taking my damn horse back. 1,000 years from now, Linus will be found inside a frozen strata, alongside a woolly mammoth, and a jar of mayonnaise for some reason.
And they'll think that humans and mammoths lived together
Mm-hmm.
because of how he's dressed.
See, it all makes sense. We thought humans were very advanced by this era, but clearly the evidence disproves this. And then people will do papers on it. Since I can't do what I wanted to do today. Okay, so that's set up, that's set up, that's set up. That's as set up as that's getting. Yeah, this is the middle one, right?
Alex has a dog now?
Who has a dog?
Alex.
Yeah. Hey, old dude in a hat. Thank you for the bits. Always. As always, if you want to put interest of those towards something of your choice, which is the worst grammar I've used today, let me know. Either way, thank you. Let's see. So, why does someone keep moving this owl statue in front of the greenhouse?
Talk to your niece.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2. I guess I can leave it for right now. Merry Christmas, old dude in the hat. Stay warm, stay safe, stay happy. Or else. How are we doing on pine? God, we only have 18. Wow. Okay. Okay. Have you been raising your rep with Shane so you could get your final lines?
When I've been on, sure.
I'm just saying, it took you a while to get married there.
Only because I wasn't on.
Here's the... Here we go. Winter, winter, winter. It's actually Linus's birthday tomorrow. We might be able to finish off his heart finally.
Fish on pizza. Oh god. Oh god.
What?
It's the video game one.
You got this.
No, I don't.
You got this. I think I just finished off Joss. Yep. Yay.
Well,
She was never heard from again. There's a lot of never heard from agains going on around right now.
I know. It is. You say that, but I'm not good at video games.
I didn't say anything.
I died.
No. Okay, there's nothing out here.
And I died again.
No. Let's see. I'm gonna need this. Hmm.
I'm not dead yet. I'm dead. I'm gonna be dead.
You got
I'm
this. You don't got this. You had this. You had it, sis. I believe in you.
Last life.
Okay, so
Dead. I'm cornered.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh.
I tried. I tried.
You did your best.
Okay, I'm just gonna sneak into Pierre's bedroom and give him a prismatic shard.
I don't know if he'll appreciate that.
He did. He liked it.
Okay. Not here to judge and all that.
Lore,
Mm-hmm.
I got a seed for you.
Oh no.
What are you knowing? I thought you wanted a seed.
I do. Ancient seed, specifically.
I got a seed for you.
Well, it's probably not an ancient seed, because that would be awesome. Oh, I heard that. What was that? It was Churen. Hey, Churen. Thank you always for the sub. I'll put that towards my choice. Oh, man. I haven't played The Hunger in... I don't know how long. Unless that's not the one I'm thinking of. Pretty sure it's the one I'm thinking of.
I put them in a chest. Hubby! I forgot I got married! Oh god. You need to come in my house and look at Shane's room.
Okay.
It's awful. I
This
might
is your
need a
house.
divorce.
Wow, sis. This is terrible. I suggest you divorce your husband immediately.
How do I divorce people in Stardew?
Oh my god, I was kind of kidding. Anybody in chat know how you divorce people in this game? Nope, nope. Better to divorce than to ask him to change his setup.
Maybe if we have children, he'll get better?
7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think so, kid. There it says. Almost called you kiddo.
I know. Husband, your room is a mess. Really? You're gonna be... No. He's drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, yeah.
I need a divorce.
Well, divorce it up.
I gotta find the wiki.
I really don't know how to divorce. Oh, thanks, Caroline. Okay, it costs 50,000 gold. You go to Lewis's house, and there's a book in front of the door.
Okay.
Thank you, Kubaduba. And thank you, Russ.
I need the horse. I have to go have a divorce.
Go.
I'm married for like a day, and I've got to go get a divorce.
That's my sister. Okay, so...
But we didn't live together before we did this.
That's true.
Didn't know this would happen.
That's always the mistake right there. Okay, so I think it's here.
That's despite the point.
2, 3. So it'll be...
My IRL husband goes, is anybody besides you surprised?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not. I like Shane.
All right, go to the mayor's house. And then
There's
I'm
a
looking
book
for...
in front of it.
There's a book in front of the house?
Players give the mayor's house or a small book inside, will give them the option to divorce their spouse. Divorce costs 50,000 gold. After filing, you have the option to cancel till the end of day. If they don't cancel, their room, the spouse, and unique areas will be gone the next morning, and friendship will return to 0 hearts. I mean, that makes sense. I'm so happy with you. All right, I want a divorce. What?
You were drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning. We sent you off to the big city, and I'm rich, and now you're drinking?
I'm with you, sis.
Not acceptable. All right, there's a book. Where's the book?
I don't know.
Here's a book. Would you like to send money? Okay. Did you know I could do that?
No, I didn't.
Yes. Don't care. He was drinking in my house at 6 o'clock in the morning, and his room is a disaster.
Do the rooms ever get better? Because I haven't upgraded my house yet, and that's why mine hasn't changed.
Okay. Now that I'm divorced.
I love you.
Who should I woo next?
Abigail.
Okay. Abigail it is.
It's okay, she's like super easy to raise her up with. That's why I picked her.
I mean, she's already pretty high on my list. Abigail, sweetheart. I know I just divorced Shane, but I think we should get married. Abigail, sweetie, come here.
No, she's totally gonna break Abigail's heart. Do you have the horse, don't you?
I do.
Oh,
I
my
needed
goodness.
a divorce.
The divorce horse is busy. Got it.
On my way back.
Is this not on random?
Is what not on random?
It is not on random.
Is what not on random?
The jukebox. There we go. Yeah, Zan is pretty evil. I agree.
Not evil.
And we can prove this because we have video evidence of an adorable child saying that she's evil and not me.
It doesn't need to be a disaster in my house. Where are you?
Orkano says Elliot has a nice room with books, although I've kind of already got... Oh, here's the final Linus thing. Maybe final. I don't know if it's actually the final one. Ah, that feels good. Is he taking an ice bath? Oh my god, Linus. Water's never been cleaner. Linus, we're not friends anymore. Well, while we have naked Linus here.
Why are you...
Thank you, Lord Harrimont. Always.
Why is that the precursor to a conversation?
It's okay, I think that's actually the result of the thingy Merbobber. Not his event. I think that's a result of the event.
This is the result of the quest.
Quest! There we go. God, I can't think of the word. Quest. Would I rather make a long, terrible joke or a short-lived joke? Short-lived? At least people will laugh at it. Okay, so. I've been wanting to test something for like 2 in-game days. I even passed out trying to test this. Let's see if this works. It does. Oh, no, it doesn't. It does not. Okay, never mind. Well, that is what it is.
Your niece just called me out for it being a coincidence that he got a gift on his birthday.
I mean, it is Linus's birthday. Next one I care about is the 10th, which is Sebastian. I guess I can't move anything else around right now, because... Yep. Just waiting. Hi. Bye.
Did you give Sebastian a present?
Wait, Sebastian's in here?
Yeah, he's in his room.
Oh, why am I not surprised? Alright, hang on. Let's go. Maru! Maru! Ugh! Sebastian, I brought ice cream. Not rock candy. But, you know.
I didn't give him rock candy. I gave him a prismatic shard.
Oh, okay. So I should look that up. What did that give us? Hang on, let me close this because I got the Imperial symbol done. Quests, here we go. So we just did community cleanup.
Yes.
That unlocks the fiber seeds recipe, which I think we already got. All the rep points and the cutscene. Okay, cool. Nothing super fancy, but we got a couple things there.
Yeah, he's lifting weights. That's kind of what you do when you lift weights.
What, you lift them?
It depends on the kind of weightlifting that you're doing.
I mean, yeah. Resistance training, maintenance training. Of course, I can't think of any other names. I can't think of any names right now. I have no brain. It's just gone. Am I maxed with Pam right now? I am, okay. Hi, Pam. I don't have any land haste for you, because... I wish these kegs would... What is in these kegs right now? It's taking a really long time. Is there a way to check, like, what's in here?
Nope.
Nope, but there is a way to accidentally remove a keg, which is not what I like to do. Whatever. Okay, hang on. Where's the map? There it is.
Yep, Uncle Lorbro's wife is a teacher.
I mean, it was that or a video gamer. I mean, I think we know what the better choice is there.
Haley does not like prismatic shards.
5. What? 6, 7. I lost track. Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, wow, that's funny. Would not have expected. So there, I think.
No, right? I was trying to give you a gift, not root through the trash can.
My wife just caught you rooting through the trash.
She did.
I'm gonna get home and she's gonna be like, honey, your sister has been rooting through the trash, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked. I can't believe she would do that. I'll have a stern talking with her, Penny. You don't you worry. I do not have any reindeer, no. Although Shane had a red nose, if that counts. I don't believe you can get reindeer, but then again, there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet, so who knows? Like, all that new stuff I haven't seen yet is still new stuff I haven't seen yet, so... Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to buy stone again soon.
Yeah, did you even do anything besides drink all day, Shane?
I was
Just
so...
asked me how my day was and gave me a hug when he probably didn't leave the house.
Listen,
Because he was drinking.
he's... I have never ridden in a sleigh, now. Unless you count a ride in the shape of a sleigh, which I obviously do not count. What?
Lore.
What?
Kaz just popped up and said, note to self, don't ever have personal problems.
Yeah, or she'll divorce you immediately. Like, on the spot. Just no hesitation. Gone. The same day, too. That's the part that really kills me. Oh, I'm so happy to finally be married with you. Oh, you don't fold your socks. Yeah, I'd like a divorce.
Worse than that. He's been in my house for less than a day, and his room is so filthy that just walking to the fridge left footprints. And he's gone. He's spilled a beer and has 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of beer out, plus 1, 2 cans that are just open and laying on. It's disgusting. No, and he was started at 6 in the morning.
It's real life, Valerian. Her real life husband just did all that. It's awful.
You're on my side of the bed, Shane.
It's getting worse, everybody. It's getting worse. There, I now have enough hardwood, I think, to do 1 upgrade. Barely. It's gonna bankrupt me to do it. Whoops. No. Okay, and then we'll put that in there. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, but I have a baby. Yeah, that's a Twitch thing, I'm pretty sure, Gum Gum. Are you gonna go to bed?
In a minute, yes. Look, it's only 11:30. I got tons of time. I also have tons of stuff to do.
Yes, but the longer it takes you to go to bed, the longer it takes for it to be tomorrow when I'm divorced again.
I mean, right now I'm barely making anything, Larian, but I'll tell you in a moment. I've kind of stopped making money sort of on purpose, as I've been trying to focus on other things. If I could ever get these seeds, which I never got. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
It wasn't an ancient seed.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
No, it was the random miscellaneous seeds that you get. What book? I can. So I logged on long enough to get married and divorced.
Yep.
And now my house is back to being clean.
Yeah, they renovate fast in Stardew Valley.
Inexplicably smaller. Okay, passing you over to the niece.
Okay. I'm cutting off very soon anyways. In fact, I might actually just cut off here. In fact, I think I will. I'm going to cut off here, okay? You're not there anymore. Kiddo, if you can hear me, it's time for me to cut off anyways at the end of the night. Apple. My goodness. I don't think my niece can hear me. So, either way, for those of you watching on stream, first of all, Merry Christmas. As I said earlier, stay safe, stay warm, stay taken care of. Oh, there you are. I have earned 54,819 gold, I think, unless it counts farm earnings, then it's 2.5 million. Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual, I will go ahead and continue the stream, and hopefully we'll actually go ahead and hit up that new content that I've never seen before, and be killed by my niece.